Today we're going to do a bit of different impressions video about my upgrade, which you probably guessed from the title. We're gonna do a Tarmac stage with the force feedback set to 100% and as strong as it can be in this game. Well, actually it could be stronger. You know what? Let's try this, because I don't know. I've never driven that. Never tried that. It is set to 100% in Fanatec software because that's what I always have. To be honest, I'm just too lazy to mess with OBS, so you just have to trust me. I've always used it at 100% in the software, and I changed it in-game when needed. I decided to do a bit of a different video for this, because this isn't... Holy fuck. Fudge, I mean. This isn't my first impressions. I've actually driven a few laps in ASM2 and ACC just to see if it is any different, if I can feel a difference between this and the CS DD, which I had for a year. And to be honest, I really couldn't, except in the amount of torque it can produce. Holy fudge. This is hard. And the reason we are doing a Tarmac stage in this is because I was planning to do like the longest stage in the game. The force feedback is a lot stiffer in this game in Tarmac. I couldn't choose the longest stage. That was... I don't know what I'm talking. I'm losing my train of thought, because I have to focus on turning the wheel. Now, this isn't probably the smartest thing to do, setting it to as strong as you can, but I've never been known and never will be known for my intelligence, so here we are. But let's address the elephant in the room, which is the quote-unquote upgrade I did from the CS DD to CS DD Plus. In my defense, I had no choice except to do it. I had to upgrade because a friend of mine was in a dire need of a wheelbase, and he practically forced me to sell the CS DD to him, and which in turn meant that I had to buy the CS DD Plus. So here we are. Now I'm suffering through this stage, doing this video because of him. It is hard to call this an upgrade, even though even though it is on paper, but in real life, in practice, how do you say? It really isn't that much. I mean, sure, the wheelbase can produce more torque, which is nice in games like ACC and ASM2. I do prefer a stiffer handling of the car. I do like to wrestle the car, so to speak. And it felt that even the CS DD is a bit too weak for me. This, on the other hand, is starting to be more like it. It's definitely a noticeable difference in the amount of torque it can produce. But it isn't as big as a difference as it was with the CSL DD 5 Nm and 8 Nm, in my opinion. It is a lot more noticeable jump there. I couldn't really feel any extra details or anything in ASM2 or ACC or in this game, to be honest. But then again, I don't really play the GT style type of games that much. Like 95% of my time is spent on rallying. Maybe someone can feel the difference, and I think Boosted Media said that they can feel the difference. They do have a lot more experience with wheelbases and driving GT style type of games and stuff like that, and they are used to reviewing wheelbases. So yeah, I don't doubt that they could feel a difference, but that's what I was expecting, really. I didn't expect anything major to happen with this upgrade. I can definitely feel this in my arms already. But when we speak about rally games, for me the sweet spot in force feedback or torque is around 8 to 10 Nm. For some people that is quite a lot. I think my friends prefer a lighter wheel, which means that one is able to react more quickly, or not necessarily react, but turn the wheel more quickly, make more, oh shit, be faster with the adjustments, let's put it like that. But I prefer some stiffness in the wheel, and for me, yeah, that's between 8 and 10 Newton meters. I was looking at the stages and trying to decide which stage to drive, and my criteria was that it was as long as possible and it would be a twisty tarmac stage. This is the best the game could offer. The longest tarmac stages in this game are over 30 kilometers and they are in Central European Rally. But yeah, that's not a twisty rally by any stretch of imagination, so I felt that this would be a more suitable test for this force feedback test. Because let's face it, if you don't have to turn the wheel, it doesn't matter how stiff the wheel is, that's what I'm trying to say. It's so hard to find the right words sometimes. Maybe it would be fun to do full tarmac rally with this setting and see if I can last through it. I think I actually might feel this in my arms tomorrow. My arms are actually starting to hurt so much that it's really hard to like focus. My mind is starting to drift a lot more than it usually does. Oh, thank God, it's almost done.
Okay, that's a 15-minute 40.9.
Well, that was a tough 15 minutes. The wheelbase was exactly what I was expecting, so it doesn't feel like an upgrade, except for the amount of torque it can produce. It would have been nice to feel something like more details, stuff like that, but for me it's just not the case. And the amount of torque it can produce is really not important, because I drive rally games 95% of the time, so it doesn't really matter. So for me it's not an upgrade, it's more like a side grade. But this was it for today. I'm done. It was a lot more tougher than I expected. I don't know, maybe I should do a full tarmac rally with the force feedback cranked to the maximum and see if I can survive that. Like 12 stages, longer stages. I don't know, if you want to say that, leave a comment or something. No more talking, follow me.